Hi there, happy Sunday. I was getting ready to ferment some asparagus and I decided I would just quickly record this as I'm doing it so I could share the process, and that way you can do it too, because fermented foods are amazing for the body, the mind, health, everything. So I have already cut to the right size asparagus into a quart-sized jar, and the end pieces I'm actually going to use for a different recipe. I have garlic already pre-chopped and ready to go, so I'm going to dump that in there, push it in there. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just so. I have previously shared a video about how to make fermentation starter, and that's what this is. I will link it below. If you have questions, I'll tag you in it. But this is basically a liquid that is fermented, and whatever you put this liquid into, it speeds up the fermentation process. It ensures you have a perfect result every single time. And that's the bubbles, so it sounds like the ocean. It's sizzling, means it's good. It smells amazing. So I put my garlic in there. I'm going to add some no iodine salt. So this is just, pink Himalayan sea salt. And I like things to be fairly salty. You do this to taste. So quart-sized jar, asparagus spears. Please don't mind the engine sounds. Garlic. I have spicy peppers because I like my things to be spicy, and whew, they're really spicy. I don't really know how much I need in there, so we'll give it a go. And for every quart-sized jar, I need a quarter cup of fermentation starter. And I'm just going to take a wooden spoon. You don't ever want to use metal. And I'm basically going to pour it in there without making too much of a mess. A little bit extra. That's about right. That should do. So now that I've used a quarter cup of liquid, I'm going to put a quarter cup of spring water back with a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm going to let it sit on the counter for 3 days, and then I'm going to stick it into the refrigerator, or 1 to 3 days, and then put it back in the fridge. And then 7 days, 1 week later, I'll feed it again, or I will use it and then I'll replenish it with the sugar water. So I'm going to pour some water in. I'm going to pour this in, and it will not taste like berries. It's just a really nice neutral flavor. Smells good. You never use metal when you're dealing with fermented foods. Some metals can react, and I don't know which ones those are, so just use plastic or wood. Need more salt. Ooh, it's spicy. And then make sure that you have enough water in there so it's submerged. And at this moment, when it's fully submerged, you could either put a metal ring lid on it, or I bought a little fermenting kit. Sorry. At Natural Grocers. You can buy them online on Amazon from a company called Mason Tops, and they're amazing. This is $14.99. It comes with the fermenting weight, and it comes with a little water airproof seal. So Natural Grocers, the one on Powell. Ooh, very close. So you put it in, and what it does is it ensures that all of the actual food stays submerged. That prevents mold from growing. It usually doesn't when you're doing it for 3 days, and then with this thing, you put a little bit of water in there, put the little top on. So finally got it on. You always do fingertip tight, and then you set it on the counter in a nice little cool, not cool necessarily, but you know, dark part of your countertop. Let it sit there for 3 days, and on the third day you should be able to come up, unscrew it a little bit, and you should be able to hear the bubbles and see the bubbles on the side. Sometimes you might want to leave it for 4 days. It just depends on the temperature of your home. And after it's ready, you can taste it. You can add salt at that moment if it needs more salt, and you could either keep it on the counter as you're munching on it for, you know, several weeks, or you can stick it in the fridge and it will last literally months in the refrigerator. It's very healthy, really good, and it's like spicy asparagus pickled, but they're fermented spears. So enjoy. Let me know what you think if you try it. If you have additional recipes, I'd love to see them. Please share away. Thank you. Mwah.